All right, welcome back to another episode of the Power Sports Memorabilia Show. I am your host, Matt Powers. Thank you again for joining me. Please visit the website, powersportsmemorabilia.com. Also, me follow over there on Instagram at Powers Autographs. Don't forget to sign up for those text message notifications. That's a cool new thing we're doing with all the autograph signings and all the YouTube videos. So if you want to get notified about those via text, go ahead and sign up there. There's a link in the description. All right, today is not a fun topic to talk about, but it is a necessary one, and that is theft in the hobby. We've all heard about recent theft and break-ins. It seems like every week a new collector's getting ripped off or a store's getting broken into. With the explosion of the hobby and values going up, and I'm not just talking about cards, autographs as well. Stores and collectors are becoming targets. Just recently, Nat Turner, one of the owners at PSA, just had his car broken into overnight in a locked residential garage. And if you want to take a guess what state that was in, California, California's just going south, man. I grew up there. I lived there for 25 years. It is so different now. It's really sad to see, but got these cards stolen. Over $1 million of cards in his car that he left overnight. Now, he admitted that was a stupid mistake for him to do that, so no point in roasting him. We've all done dumb stuff. Maybe not to that extent, but fortunately for him, they stole his iPad and laptop, and the iPad apparently got turned on, and it pinged a location to a local apartment complex. And eventually, the guy who stole these cards and all his iPad and computer and stuff, I guess he went to a local Wendy's and turned the iPad back on again. I guess the cops were waiting there for him, and they were able to recover every single card and all of his belongings. I mean, that is just amazing. Probably just about as amazing as he chose Wendy's as kind of his last resort meal. Like, the last meal I'm going to eat before I go to jail is Wendy's. Like, bro, you got to go to like In-N-Out or something like that. Got to get something nice. You're going to feel good going into jail. But so he got extremely lucky. Most stories obviously don't end up like that. Again, there's tons of other stories of card shops being broken into. FedEx packages are getting stolen on the way to PSA now. A guy I was just following on Instagram, he had 5 of his most important cards stolen. And he actually was able to get 2 back. Apparently somebody at FedEx had opened the package, taken these out, send it on to the PSA. And, of course, this happened in, guess what, California. And apparently somebody had sold 2 of these cards and had heard about a story and had found somebody had bought these cards from someone else and got the cards back to him in some crazy roundabout stories. So he got 2 of them back, luckily. But with all this craziness going on, what can you as a collector do to protect yourself? So let's talk about 5 things that you must be doing. And I say must because you got to be doing this stuff. Number 1, insurance. I've talked about that on this show numerous times. Hopefully all of you guys have insurance on all of your collectibles. Okay, if you don't have insurance right now, it's okay. Get it this week. Okay, it's cheap. It's not hard to get. It's very easy. It will not take you very much time. Imagine putting yourself in the shoes of somebody steals all your collectibles and you don't have insurance. How would you feel at that point? You would feel like a dummy. Okay, get the insurance. Be honest with your insurance person. Tell them what your plans are for the cards or for the autographs, whatever it is. Do you plan on taking them out of a vault? Do you keep them in a vault? Do you take them to shows? Okay, all that will play into what your policy will cost for you. But if you have an issue where you say, hey, I went to a show and somebody stole my stuff, you can go back to your insurance policy and say, yes, I said in my policy that I was going to take these to shows and all this kind of stuff. So if the stuff's going to be transferred around a lot, you got to tell your insurance agent that. All right. So be honest with them. Again, you must get insurance. Okay. It's a transfer of risk to someone else. Don't be the one that's holding the bag. All right. Transfer that risk to someone else. Get insurance. All right. Number 2, piggybacking off of number 1, take inventory of what you have. Make a detailed list of items and current values. Again, current values. You got to get a appraisal done if you've got a decent collection. You got a $100,000 collection, get an appraisal. Okay. Reason being is if you get that appraisal done in 2022 and it's got updated values for stuff because you may have bought these things in 2012 and guess what? Values have probably gone up. Let's say you bought it for $1,000 there. Well, guess what? If you only updated your insurance in 2012, it says $1,000 on there, but it's worth $10,000 now. You're only getting $1,000, bro. So go update your values and items. Make a detailed list. Baseballintheattic.com. Michael does appraisals there. He does official appraisals. He does them for PSA. So if you want to get something official done that insurance companies will recognize, not just looking at eBay comps, get something official done. It won't take very long. It won't cost you very much. Again, if you can't get your items back because someone stole them from you, at least be able to attempt to replace them with the insurance money. Okay, you want to make sure that you have the insurance and an accurate inventory of what you have. All right, number 3, where do you store your stuff? I'm assuming most of you probably keep it at your house. You need a safe at your house if you've got a decent amount of collection. A legit safe, not something that you buy off of some internet crony, all right? Get a legit safe, one that you can go see in person. Check it out. Make sure it fits all of your parameters. Make sure it's going to fit in your room, all this kind of stuff, okay? Get a legit safe that can store your stuff. If you are displaying your items, which I'm assuming probably most of you do, you need to think about how you can secure that room, okay? Cameras, sensors, you got to get a steel door. You got to upgrade your locking system. Whatever it is that you think is going to be beneficial to you in order to secure your collectibles. Now, if you aren't displaying your items, you should probably be considering storing them at a bank vault. Okay, the bank vault is going to be probably one of the safest ways for you. It's also going to be one of the cheapest ways from an insurance perspective. It's very easy for an insurance company to say, oh, you're keeping it at the Bank of America vault? Piece of cake. We know how to insure that. That's no problem because they know there's probably not going to be any issues going on there. So again, you'll feel better knowing it's not at your house. Guess what? You go on vacation for 2 weeks. You're not constantly worried about your vacation in your house. You knew all the stuff's down at the bank vault. You don't have to worry about it at all. And number 4, assume people are trying to steal your stuff. I know that sounds really radical, okay? But you got to assume if you're going to card shows or autograph shows like I like to do, assume when you go there to bring your stuff to sell or trade or whatever, assume people are trying to steal your stuff. Okay, just be on the lookout. Have your head on a swivel, okay? Be very conscious of your environment. Assume when you go to these that people are going to try to take advantage of you, okay? It's not always going to be the case. I'm not trying to scare you guys or, make you not go to shows and all that kind of stuff, but you just got to be prepared. You need a safe way to carry your items in a bag that locks, preferably, that has some sort of tracking device in it, maybe like an air tag. Those are $30, okay? Never let your bag off of you. You want to keep that on you. If someone is looking at your items that you're trying to buy, or you're trying to sell them or trade them or whatever you're doing, do one at a time, okay? Show them one item. They're not interested, fine. Take it back. Put it back in your bag. If they want to see another item, take it on out there, okay? Don't get distracted. People are going to try to distract you by getting you all confused and everything like that. Again, just take your time, one item at a time, all right? And we've all heard issues at recent card shows, and I'm going to say the Dallas card show because that's probably one of the most popular ones, but they're not the only one by any stretch of the imagination. So, again, there are bad people out there. Duh, okay? But especially with the hobby really exploding right now, we just got to be careful when we go to shows. Make sure that we're doing everything we can to protect ourselves. And number 5, please be careful what you post on social media. I know you may not think you're any big wig or something like that, but people are watching stuff. People are watching social media. They're checking out hashtags. And if they see you post something expensive, okay, I'm talking like, hey, I just picked up this new Michael Jordan PSA 10 like for $300,000, that's going to be a problem. I probably wouldn't post that. Don't tag your location, okay? Don't tell people what you paid for it. Incognito. You and your collection don't exist outside of your family members and a few trusted collectors. Okay, let me tell you that again. Your collection doesn't exist online. Don't be posting a bunch of crazy stuff. If you want to post, hey, I'm at the show here and I picked up this item or whatever, that's fine, but just be very, very cautious about what you post on social media. You may not think people are after you. You got a couple hundred followers. You may not think people are watching you, But again, you just never know in this new kind of world we're in with collections really taking off right now. And I just want to make sure you guys protect yourself and do everything you can. Make sure you sleep well at night and that you're doing everything that you can to protect your collection. So hopefully this helps you guys out there. Again, I'm not trying to scare you guys. The chances of someone stealing your collection are very, very slim. But again, let's take control of our lives. Let's take control of our collections. And let's do everything we can on our end to protect ourselves. Again, hope you guys liked this episode. Again, visit the website, powersportsmemorabilia.com. Also can be followed there on Instagram @PowersAutographs. And I will see you on the next episode.